Oh,
here we go.
just a bunch of people talking.
Podcast, we got the nerd button on repeat, and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I can show you that we're open. Shoot, polish on our signs, cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew, you know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bringing out the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the taste. Hurry up, don't come and last. You know we're not in the stage for stage. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the taste. Hurry up, don't
You're okay with that? Good. Blowjob. You're on point, buddy. Don't agree to shit, Will.
We should set some ground rules. I've already gotten one person.
All right.
Yeah, let's set some ground rules right after we start the show.
Yes. Well, no, I'm saying
'Cause
we already got one person that met. Are we all?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there
Hi,
we're
guys.
in.
We're live.
Good morning, everybody.
Holy shit. Welcome to Secret Stash, folks.
It's that kind of a morning.
Welcome to
folks.
my world.
Yes. Yes, fuck the suits, Elaine. Yes.
Fuck the
We were
suits.
just talking about fuck the suits because Michael and I.
Ellie is the best. I
Yes.
love Ellie.
Michael and I started watching Lovecraft Country, and we got through everyone who knows me knows that I have a very low threshold for torture and
Graphic
like
violence.
very graphic violence and that kind
Understandable.
of stuff. So I had to kind of watch most of the last few episodes like this with Michael being like, okay, you can look now.
No, I was doing one of these. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right.
So, but if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I mean, it is a fucking powerful piece of work.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You know, the writing and the directing and the actors from the whole 9 yards. It's amazing. But then we were talking about fuck the suits. So I about episode 4, I'm like, I am so in love with this. I have to jump on and see how many how many seasons I'm gonna get of Lovecraft Country. And I look at Michael and I'm like, it's
There's only
done.
one.
There's
You can
only
actually
one.
say
didn't-
motherfucker,
They
'cause
didn't renew
people
it.
It's our show.
Yes.
You can say motherfucker.
I can motherfucker. Yes, they didn't renew it, so that gave me the sads. But then again,
I think it's fuck the suits, and you're like, mother
Yes.
effer.
Mother trucker.
I know. I never quite know where that line is. When it
Yeah,
comes
no,
to
you
No,
don't.
it's
No,
all
that's
good.
right.
Yeah,
But
so-
the fact that it ended so soon and under the circumstances that it did, I was just like, that show could have gone on for, I mean, you don't want it to go too long because
No.
then it ruins the momentum.
Right,
but
right,
like, if
right.
it kept going, you could have had a great beginning, middle, and end.
You could have had-
like a great
yeah.
3-season arc.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic. I would have been happy with 3 seasons. Actually, by episode 8, Jules was like, "No, I'm not watching this anymore. This is fucking bullshit." It got so goddamn dark, and I was like, "That's what happens, honey." And I'm gonna say, it brought like the topic of race up, so like to the fore. Where it's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
because this isn't shit that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and.
Yeah, but
But
that
the-
first episode drags you into
Oh
that
my gosh,
subject.
Of course it does.
Like,
I mean,
I've
if
never-
you're a racist and you're not very interested in taking like a look right deep into the eyes of what it was like in the 50s and the 60s, then please don't turn it on.
Yeah, no,
like,
no,
go
well-
watch like Bugs Bunny and shit. But
No, don't
but
watch Bugs Bunny.
if
I don't want
wanna
you
ra-
watching
if you
anything
wanna
I'm
break-
watching.
No, because
You
we need to
racist
hear-
fuck.
you don't deserve it.
Yeah, seriously, you don't deserve.
You don't deserve my cartoons.
No,
But
no, you don't.
What I loved about it, like when I first started, besides the fact that first of all, it shows characters who are incredibly smart, right? Just like,
Yes.
incredibly smart and self-educated and educated and involved, and they're adventurers. It's like, so they're going out all over the place in a time when it was literally you were taking your life into your hands if you had dark skin, going out adventuring. I mean, so they have this one scene which is, just it wrecked me. I mean, I looked at Michael and I'm like, reparations now, man. Like, let's just start to like make this movement now, because there's something about seeing it on the screen and listening to the voices and like being there as if, you know, and the way that they did it was so beautiful. Like a history book's not going to do it. Sitting in a classroom reading words on a page is not going to bring that home for you. At least it would. At least it didn't for me.
No.
But
So-
this show did.
I
But then it
gotta-
got, but like I said, then it like went off the rails and there was blood everywhere all the time, and I'm like, you know.
Yeah,
so,
it gets well. The show is
know.
called Lovecraft Country, so you're gonna expect some
I should have expected
some nonsense after a while.
know.
But to be honest, so I think Lovecraft Country has my favorite pilot episode, like in my top 5. Like it hooks you in, and then it also has one of the best depictions of like a sundown town I've ever seen in media.
Right,
Or at
exactly.
least how that works.
up.
That silent chase in the first episode where it's
Yeah.
just them cruising at like 25 miles an hour
'Cause they can't break the speed
because they
limit.
can't break the speed limit, can't
Yep.
go over it by a smidge, and the cop is just behind them.
And
the
Uncle
whole
George is like,
time.
we got 30 seconds. And you're like, holy, and I was sweating. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But the one thing that probably even more like dragged me in, you know, as a white dude, you know, and never having experienced that, which I'm not going to say, you know, it sucks in general.
Oh, yeah.
This is fucked up. And it makes me, it's one of those things that angries up the blood and you're like, motherfucker. Because, you know, any rational person's like, wait a minute, I don't do that. And you're like, thank God I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, but
But the fact that some people have that mindset
Yes.
is just like, oh God.
and the fact that some people have done this shit, like Watchmen. Watchmen, the very first episode, the Tulsa, and this is like the very first time that the Tulsa massacre was ever like mass
Depicted on screen.
Exactly.
Is
Nobody's ever touched it.
I'm gonna admit something that it sucks. I didn't know about it until Watchmen came out, and apparently that was the case for a whole ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
which is
Were you gonna say fuck ton instead of bunch ton? Because bunch
yeah,
ton's
I know.
yeah.
The Jules'
Attaboy.
mindset just
Gotcha.
fucked me up.
Yeah. Good boy.
But yeah, no, it fucked me up because I was like, what the how the fuck do I not know about this? And then it's one of those things that honestly just gets so lost to history.
Of course
because
it does.
around that time, just so much shit happened.
Yep.
That just the history.
It was a tick.
history rewards the
Yeah.
victors, which is unfortunate because it really doesn't favor sides.
No, that's the hard. Well, actually, it does. You're right. It does favor. It favors the victors. Anybody, all those fucking pieces of shit who just walked away, they're the ones who won.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not in the grand scheme of things. Maybe they're, you know, when they died, hopefully they're burning in hell or freezing in hell or whatever the fuck you do in hell.
I like to think it's freezing in hell.
Me too.
Like frigid cold.
Yeah, like your dick falls off cold. That's what I'm hoping for all those fucking pieces of shit.
Everybody. Yeah. Boy,
Well,
listen,
stinky
yes,
Pete
it
says hello.
has,
So no, but I'm just saying that there is. You know, I learned about the Tulsa massacre. I went to a progressive school and high school, and we learned about it. But it was pictures in a book.
Yeah,
and
I
it was
went to,
like one fucking like a very narrow caption, and it's like no, there's much more to it than that.
Yeah. I went to
Yeah,
I
that's
went
what
to
I'm thinking, Ashley.
I went to Alabama High School, so
Jeez, Ashley, what the fuck? I'm just trying to
today's episode is brought to you by the word fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's good.
Oh
I think
my
that's
God.
good. How do we want to? I know we were talking last week about just changing it up a bit,
Yes.
and then with the gray day, we're like, let's just do
Yeah.
that today.
That was our socializing?
I know,
Oh
that
my
was our
God, that
socializing.
sucks.
No.
Oh,
See,
we're
oh,
horrible
no,
human
we
beings.
could totally socialize. You broke your toe.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
broke his toes. People.
I broke my
He
toes.
broke his toe. I was in the middle of trying to be like Nurse Ratchet or some other
No,
nurse
you
that
want to
actually
be
does
you want to
things.
you want to be a better
The-
nurse than
the
Nurse Ratchet.
And,
Great, you gave me a lobotomy. Nice. We're gonna do that one of these days.
It just didn't actually happen. So you'll be limping around today.
I will be, but it's really
Yeah.
funny because Christian and I were talking about that. One of these days, I'm just gonna sit back and just stare like right down the barrel of the camera and not say a fucking word for the 45 minutes that we're on camera, and it's like you guys talking over me and just be like, and just have drool.
And then about 20 minutes in, hi kids, welcome to the Secret Stash.
Welcome to the Secret Stash.
my God.
Yeah, but it's been a busy week, right? I mean, work-wise, it's been a busy week. We've
my
been
God.
making some Fantastic. Who likes stews and soups? Because we've been making some fantastic stews.
Not
and
here at the
soups home.
stash. Not
Not
really.
The stash. Not
I was
yet.
about to say, we're not
But
a
wouldn't that
restaurant
be
yet.
awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome? Like somebody come in, get your comics, have a nice hot bowl.
Comics
of,
and soup?
Yeah,
Yeah,
comics
wow.
and stew. Comics and beef stew, or we get a little bit of minestrone going on. That'd be so
I
nice.
think soup is Bill Bose's thing. We'll
Yeah,
leave him
that's true.
alone.
Let's
we could
leave
do
Bill
stews.
Bose.
Stews and casseroles. Then,
Okay.
you know,
All right,
and we have
yeah.
it all covered.
Good
Soup,
stew
stews, and
live. There we
casseroles.
go.
Yeah, baby.
Well, actually, I think Stu Greenberg's got that.
Oh,
Since
that's
we're
true.
shouting out all of our fans.
That's right. We love some soup. What did we have last night? We had broccoli and cheddar, and today I'm making homemade chicken.
Chicken
and
soup, yeah,
tortellini.
chicken
That's right.
tortellini soup.
If you're still in town, Christian, come on over. You know we always make too much.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
more
you
than
know
That
welcome.
where we
does
live.
sound good. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, last night we had
Fresh
broccoli and
bread.
cheddar
Fresh
soup.
bread.
Like, oh, that was so good.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
don't allow drinks in the stash, so I don't know.
No, we don't. And God damn it. And that's right, Greg. We don't, because I yelled at Greg. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you did yell at Greg, really?
I
Or
did.
just-
Greg Couture.
Oh.
Yeah, purple haired Greg.
Very nice.
Blue-haired Greg.
Blue-haired Greg?
Blue hair Greg, yes.
It is
nice.
crockpot season. So
It is crockpot season.
How did you break a toe? Beth is asking.
Oh, so anyway,
Very, very exciting story.
yeah, I was turning out all the lights downstairs to, because, at 8 o'clock, people, it's lights out in the Zapsik house. So I'm sitting there pulling all the switches, and I was just walking upstairs, and you know how you're like, you go around the couch and there's an end table, and you're just like walking and you don't even notice, and you fucking swing your foot like an idiot, and you smash it right into the bottom of it, and the table doesn't move, but you can.
But you do.
But
you
yeah,
can feel- you can
but you
feel- yeah.
and you
And you feel it.
and you fucking hear that table laughing at you. That fucking table. And I was like, son of a bitch.
That table is
I'm
now
sorry.
in pieces in the fire pit.
Just the idea of Mike just running into this fucking table and then hearing it just kind of snicker at him is the funniest shit I've
Yeah,
ever.
it's-
I can picture. I love that so much, but I'm sorry about your toes.
And it probably cursed at me too, motherfucker.
You know you're getting old when you review soups.
That's right.
Oh my
It's like
god.
Then we've been
asshole.
old. We've been old for like 20 years now.
Oh yeah. Oh, you kidding? I wanted to be when I was at when my specialty when I was not a comic book man and I was a culinary man. What I really wanted to do was be a saucier, which takes care of soups and sauces. Unfortunately, we're in Monmouth County, and there used to be a position. You would go to one of the really great kitchens up in New York City, in one of the bigger cities, especially culinary cities like San Francisco or New Orleans or Chicago, and you could become a saucier, which, you stocks, soups, sauces, even stews if you wanted, honey. Yes, you wanted stews. So I wanted to be a saucier, but it was the 90s, and everybody was specializing in something. It was a really weird time to be in the culinary industry because the culinary superstar, the celebrity chef, hadn't quite been invented yet. It'd be a couple years before we saw. I mean, Paul Prudhomme was still maybe
Julia
the guy.
Child was
It was
sort of
but Julia Child
kind of
was
opened the door for
She
that,
was.
maybe?
It was Graham Kerr.
She would. I mean, she brought more culinary to the home.
Yeah.
Whereas it was.
That's true,
Whereas like.
She wasn't a celebrity chef, not like,
Yeah.
oh, I really want to, follow in Julia's footsteps, because she never wore the chef's jacket. And humble brag, I cooked for Julia Child. She was a sweet woman.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh
she
my
came
God.
to the Culinary Institute when I was up there, and she actually ate some of my lobster amore cane. So yeah,
Whoa,
she's like,
that's cool.
"Oh, this is very delicious." I was like, "Thank you so much, man."
See, when
That's
someone
awesome.
comes in like that, do you like? Was that nerve wracking? Because it's like, holy
You're
shit.
like, because I also did the same thing with Paul Bocuse. Paul Bocuse, who was the father of Nouvelle Cuisine.
Okay.
We got to cook for him. He was a very nice man. He's like, oh, this needs a little bit more salt. You
I'm
are,
sure
you are
everything
going a
needs more
little bit
salt.
hard on the oregano.
Okay. So he was kind
Go
about
hard
it.
on-
Yes.
Can you go hard on oregano? I guess you can go hard.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yes,
yeah.
you can.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God!
Not garlic.
No, no, you can't do anything with garlic. But oregano is like you
my
might as well
God.
take like a pencil sharpener and just do that over.
Have you
whatever
ever
you're-
accidentally like put way too much oregano on a pizza slice? Like
No, because the one thing that I do is you always put it in your hand
palm.
first. Yep.
See, I didn't
And
know
you
that
sprinkle.
trick because one time I went to this spot and I just tried to lightly spray it, and the fucking cap came off. And I was like, I could just like blow a little bit of this off and it'd be fine.
No, you really can't. No.
It ruined
It
that
sticks.
slice.
Because that fucking thing just, I mean, it. Yeah, the only thing you're doing is you're blowing it over the entire slice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, all right, so I've.
It was just like, you get oregano over here, and over here.
Yeah, instead of having that little mountain of oregano right at the tip. Yeah.
So you're injured, but but still able to answer questions, right? 'Cause
Yeah, we're answering questions, aren't we?
So if you guys have questions for us today, ask away because we got.
So here's one. It's more of a statement than a question, but you don't allow drinks in the stash. No, we don't, Greg. Thank you. That's a good one.
But we do have questions from Chris
go.
McDonald. All right, here we go.
All right, A.
Hey, seen any funny cartoon drawings lately? Yes, I have.
You should just let it ride. Just let that ride. Yes. Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Simple,
Mike
sweet,
Sampson,
and to the point.
why do you put up with me?
I think I'm contractually obligated to put up with you, Chris McDonald. Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry. Yeah. I've signed a 5-year contract with Satan that I have to put up with you.
5-year deal.
So, yeah.
5-year deal with the
I get
devil.
my- I
That's
get-
not bad at all.
Is there an option to renew? As long as you're exclusively.
Well, I don't get it. I get my soul back if I make it through the 5 years of being friends with Chris McDonald.
Well, the devil went down to
Yeah.
Jersey. He was looking for a soul to steal. He found it. It was Mike Zapsik. He was willing to make a deal.
Yeah.
And then for Jules, how are you always so effortlessly beautiful?
Yeah, I know. How do you do that?
I'm very curious
Yes.
too, because I can't pull.
You
it
are. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like me and like, bleh, bleh.
I have no answer for that. I just am. I am. I am.
You are.
Just me.
You're.
And this
You're
morning was
effortlessly
terrible.
beautiful.
I actually was going to, do a little bit of something with my hair, but then shit hit the fan.
Yep, shit hit the
we were
fan.
out the door, so that's
But-
why I was like hair's all up and crazy and that
That's-
kind of stuff. So
that's
thank
the
you, whoever
Zapsik
said
household.
that. Thank you.
She's effortlessly beautiful. Meanwhile, the fucking end table's laughing at me.
The furniture's laughing at you, and they're like, "Morning, Jules." Chrissy,
Yeah.
don't.
Oh.
You're the worst.
Yeah,
What?
you.
What
That
did she
is.
say?
That's awful.
Why? What did she say?
She said I unscrew the caps at restaurants because I'm a chaotic prankster. Sorry, Christian. That is officially your
Chaotic
fault then.
evil.
It may not
Chaotic
have even
evil.
been in the proximity of where you live, but that is your fault.
If we ever get into a D&D thing, you're definitely got to be chaotic evil, Chrissy. That's
Actually, Beth Longo said something. She did that with. She did the same thing with.
Chrissy, I like to just
spaghetti
steal
sauce.
everything at the restaurant.
She does.
So,
I
yes.
swear to God, we've got mismatched forks,
So wait a
knives,
second.
and
If I
spoons.
was out to dinner with Chrissy and she unscrews
You can
the
take the
cap,
caps.
and then I put it in my pocket as I am wont to do,
You're screwed.
Then I'm gonna have like a pocket full of fucking oregano.
You will.
I got
Aw,
a pocket
man,
full of
Chrissy.
oregano. I
Chrissy,
don't know.
you're
if-
making, you're
doesn't
not
really
making
ring.
this day any better, girl. I mean, really.
All right, we got another question that I think is easy enough to ask.
All right, let me see.
Will Jay and Kevin be back in town anytime soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There you go.
They're actually hiding inside of the pops behind us, taking a little nap. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
yeah, after the show wraps, they'll come to life and start dancing around the store.
Emmett, I love your last name.
Oh,
Granovic. Granovic. Emmett,
Granovic.
will another show like Comic Book Men or Comic Men ever come back to TV? I'm assuming
I'm assuming he meant comic
Book Men, yeah. I would assume. Yeah, it's a very basic premise, and we're very basic people. So
It would be
yeah,
great if it came back.
and
Yeah.
I'd love to do it. And this place is
Perfect for it.
This has so much eye candy
But
in here.
if it came back, so first of all, can I back up a little bit?
Sure.
So
Sure.
to answer that person's question who asked about Kevin and Jay being in town, we're a little silly this morning, so I kind of feel like maybe we felt like we were blowing that person off. But yes, Kevin and Jay are going to be in town actually.
They're
for
actually-
Comic-Con.
yeah, they're gonna
And
be in
so
New York
they'll be
Comic-Con.
in and around, and of course Kevin with the theater now. And everything that's going on is really going to be even more bi-coastal than ever. So we're expecting to see a lot
That
more of
sounds
him
dirty.
in and around the
Bi-coastal.
store and Jersey. So and hopefully Jay too. So yes, we expect that. So stay tuned for that. And hello to everyone going to Comic-Con this year. We won't be there, but it should be a good time. As far as Comic Book Men, though, if it came back or show like it came back, one of the things that I always felt was a missed opportunity in the original version is that I may have mentioned this before, is that the comic book shops are like local, like what the local barber shops used to be and the beauty salons used to be. I mean, we have a cast of characters that come in on a regular basis and just community members.
So you think highlighting them just a little bit more?
I think like really like not so much of the goofy, like, oh, let's focus on the goofy parts of it, although that's fun and there's certainly enough of that to highlight, but a little bit of the heart and soul, which I felt was missing from the original series in a lot of respects.
I would argue that it was always there, because I think Comic Book Men, even though it was a reality show, like, yes, there are fictitious elements to every show like that.
Oh.
But it was still a realistic depiction of, even in the old stash, like, that was just how it was.
Right.
But I think that, to be honest with you, I was just kind of surprised that more shows like it didn't pop up. Because I realized how extremely popular that show was. But, like, do you remember when, like, there was the era when, like, True TV had, like, 10, like, towing shows and whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, why aren't there, like 5 other fucking comic book
And
shop
Ice Road
reality
Truckers.
shows?
I mean, how many? And talk about like a niche audience, like Ice Road Truckers. How many fucking Ice Road Truckers did you know? Were you like, you know what? My cousin from Alaska is, he hauls dynamite up on Route 76. Yeah, it's Ice Road Truckers.
Hauling
it's like
dynamite?
hauling
Blowing
whatever,
shit up?
hauling all sorts of shit around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool, they're
Pawn
hauling
Stars has the market
anchovies.
cornered. You know what? There were a few shows that, I mean, there was like Toy Hunters came on, and that was sort of
The Toys That Made Us,
Toys That Made Us. That was sort of in the
toy
same
shop near
vein.
you.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of focus on toys and collectibles in that respect. But I mean, there's still, and there are a lot of stories to tell about comics and how comics and the whole industry helped shape, politics and culture and public opinion. And even though it's not an academic class, and it wouldn't have, and that wouldn't be interesting to people long term. It just like bringing a little bit of that through. Like we had, I remember you talking about this dude who came in, and he was an academic, but he, like, the whole history of Black superheroes, right?
Actually, his name was William Foster.
And they cut him out. He never made it on screen because he wasn't like dynamic enough. And it's like, well, you know what?
Wow.
I don't really believe that, and I'm not really sure why he didn't make it. I thought that
Me
was
neither.
that sounded like a great segment, and it would have been like super interesting. So I think maybe
Fuck AMC.
yeah, exactly, right? So I think like building a bridge between, kind of like, goofy, fun, stuff around the stash, and a little bit more of a serious mindset about like the impact and everything. I don't know. I think it could
Make
work.
it as real as Deadliest Catch, okay? That's all we want.
Oh,
Okay, so
is that a good show?
That's a great show.
Really?
Got some dead people in there too, right?
Dead
People
people.
die, right?
What?
Not as much as you'd think. It's in the fucking name. They need to die.
Well,
all right,
the
come
people
on.
are dying?
No,
They
no.
should.
Deadliest Catch is a fishing show, but it's like, it's hyper real, because it's literally like you can't fake being out in the ocean catching crab. So like, like you can't really fake that. So fucking, you want realistic? Bring it over here. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what we should do. And actually, that academic, William Foster, and
You should have him on. Shit.
we should, actually, that'd be awesome. William Foster, he wrote a book called Looking for a Face Like Mine. And he was,
What a title.
when he was growing up, he was looking for, he
Yeah. Resonate with.
resonate with. Yeah, exactly.
Because you
And,
don't see yourself.
Well,
on
here's
screen.
what's really funny. In the late 60s, there was a character, William Foster, who became Black Goliath. He was, Black Goliath, Giant Man later on.
Okay.
And he died in Civil War.
What
he was
age
killed.
would you say this is?
What
The,
age?
the comic age. Which comic age would you say that was?
that was the
character?
Bronze Age.
There we go.
It was late Silver, early Bronze Age, where it was actually really, he was a cool character.
That's awesome. And he didn't
Yeah.
know about it?
He didn't know about it. He didn't know that he was, he had the
Represented.
same name. And I'm like, because he had
That's
stopped.
awesome.
He had stopped reading comics because there were very few. I mean, there was, and it took like 5 more years before Luke Cage came along.
Oh, yeah.
The blaxploitation, and never let it be said that Marvel didn't jump on a fad that didn't hold its own weight. which is, I mean, hey,
You still get the representation, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not under the best circumstances.
no, well, it's
Like by Odin's Fate.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring that back.
Yeah, well,
I know.
yeah.
Not one episode can go by without
Odin's Fate.
Kristen being
Yeah.
reminded. Of
Hey, look,
the
that was
horror
my
that
fault.
was,
that was me. I didn't read the fucking comic, which is
Listen,
why
you skimmed it.
I
I know
skimmed
we
the
did.
comic, which is why I do that. So it's that's
just
why I
saying.
read everything unless I'm like, no, I can't.
Someone asked about getting the Chuli's Gum shirt.
Yeah, that's
the pop-
on.
I think that for right now, at least, it's only available along the tour, on the convenience tour. But I don't know. They may have plans to make it into an ongoing concern after that. I just don't know. But
Oh, okay.
yeah. The convenience store's got a whole set of merch, and some of the merch is exclusive to the tour, at least for right now, and some of the merch is stuff that you can get either in the store or online at jayandsilentbob.com too. So
And getting back to Deadliest Catch, I just want to say that Secret Stash's own Johnny Wilyoung went out and caught some crabs himself.
Oh no! God.
So,
no.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
reality TV shows right here.
You made Christian drop his mic. I mean, yeah, we have to back away from that. Back away.
I had to.
Good.
I had to.
Oh
there
my
you
gosh.
are.
Okay, here we go. What was Mike's favorite episode from Comic Book Man? Let's get back
Oh,
into it.
there were a bunch. I had a lot of fun on Comic Book Men. Comic Book Men was, it's like any nerd's like fantasies come true when you're like 14 years old or 13 years old, and you're like at the height of your nerddom, and you're like, oh my God, I would love to meet Adam West. I met Adam West. I had him call me a poor deluded child, which was really, really cool.
Really?
I got to, he called me a poor deluded child because I,
Oh, that's amazing.
because they told me to back up Ming, because like Christian said, there's some fictitious stuff going on. And whilst I love the Black Beauty from Green Hornet, there's no way that it could take the Batmobile. There's no way that it could,
Okay.
there's no
Sure.
way that if we were going to have a drag race,
A real drag race.
a real drag race with two cars, one of
Doesn't
them's
the Batmobile have like a nuclear reactor
Yeah,
as an
it's-
engine or
yeah,
something
so-
like that?
Turbines
Yeah,
to
yeah.
speed.
All right, yeah, let's put our fantasy helmets on and go to that amazing world where unlicensed nuclear shit is allowed in everyone's basement. So yeah, if that were true, but I've driven both. I've driven the Black Beauty and I've driven the Batmobile. And to be honest with you, the Black Beauty would have kicked the Batmobile's ass. Because the Batmobile drives like a fucking parade float.
Well,
Swear to God.
you know the basis car, right? It's a Lincoln Continental. Those things are land yachts.
Well, it's
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's a Lincoln Futura technically.
Well, technically,
Technically, no one should have nuclear substances in the basement of their house. But
So wait,
as long as you got someone like Alfred to dust, you're good.
I thought the car was turbine powered, not just like nuclear.
Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. So
Have you ever
got the-
actually heard a turbine car? Have you ever looked into the history of that?
No.
Because for those who don't know, I'm a big car nut. But the real turbine cars, they actually do sound like the Batmobile.
Really?
Yeah. So Chrysler, for a very brief period of time, prototyped a vehicle that ran on turbine power. They were trying to come up with alternate fuel solutions because turbine engines could at the time run on fucking anything. So theoretically, the Batmobile would then be the second turbine
So you
vehicle.
got Doc Brown just chucking garbage in there,
Yeah,
like
pretty
coffee
much.
grounds.
Go
and
ahead,
some
quick,
banana-
get in the car.
Yeah, all right, there you go. It sounds like a jet wine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it really. These guys there were no turbines. There was
No.
I mean, they
No,
did
they-
have the sound effects.
Yes.
But you had to push a button to make
It,
them.
it made you believe it. Dude,
Yes.
Okay. That's all that matters.
But
The magic of TV.
the Chrysler Impala, which is what the Black Beauty was.
Chrysler
based-
Imperial, I love
Imperial,
that car.
Imperial, not Impala. Yes, it was the Imperial. I'm thinking Crab Imperial too. So got crabs on the brain. So
we're gonna get to Chrissy's comment soon, Chris. I promise. Once
but
we
it was
get done
pretty
talking
awesome.
about-
The Black Beauty, like off the line, kicked the Batmobile's ass.
I'm just gonna stare into the void.
Yeah,
for a
please do.
while.
Yeah, why don't
Stare
you do
into
that?
the void,
That's
the
awesome.
voice of God.
Christian
needs
is done.
to-
Good
needs to-
boy.
yes, he is. Okay, so we have Christian, we do have a question. Chrissy's
Sure.
desperate to know if you have any thoughts on who would play Metatron in a Dogma sequel.
Oh man.
Could be anyone. You could pick anyone.
All right. I pick Chris McDonald. He will play.
Oh, that's awful.
Metatron.
That is awful.
Nah, who would be a cool Metatron now? I mean,
I
someone
have
had
one.
commented Morgan Freeman, and I was like, that's actually pretty fucking badass.
I've got someone even better.
Who?
How about Craig Robinson? He'd be pretty dope.
Oh my god. Yeah. All right, I'll take your Craig Robinson and raise you an ensign mount.
No, I think Anson is awesome, and a very handsome man. But I mean, Craig Robinson would make. He'd be awesome.
All right, here's what
He
you
would-
do.
Oh yeah, I'm like looking at him now.
Yeah.
I don't.
honey.
Yeah, I don't have. You know everything and you remember everything.
I was
I have
gonna-
to go back.
honey,
and
I
check
would've-
it out
I
every
was gonna
once in a
tell you,
while.
Doug Judy.
So got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they
be
so
funny.
oh my god, Chris, leave me alone. So they had messaged me. Chrissy and Chris had been coming up with this idea that they had been outlining a fictitious Dogma 2, and they were like, "Yo, you should play Metatron." And I was like,
I think he'd be good.
If I had any, I mean, I'd do a little bit, but I mean,
There's
if I had confidence in my acting abilities, I would just be like, yes, absolutely, I would play Metatron in a heartbeat if someone had offered it to me. But that's a big mantle to pick up after Alan Rickman, and
Oh my
I am
God,
no
yes.
Alan Rickman. So
No, you aren't. I'm here to tell
with
you.
love, it's
yeah,
okay.
I absolutely
It's
adore
okay.
you. You are fantastic. But yeah, there's no. Now it's Alan Rickman.
oh yeah, no,
That's
no,
that's like them asking me to play Snape. I'd be like, well, no. First off, my nose isn't big enough, and second off, I could make my hair that greasy. I could probably make it that greasy, but no, there's.
they're
absolutely
like,
no.
well, it's because you're the voice of God, and I'm like, well, I know, but
that's very sweet.
that's very sweet, but
You
I'm
are.
it's still, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
No, Ed Weird, it's not true. God damn it.
What's not true?
I'm not going to direct a sequel to Flesh Gordon, you fucker.
I kind of wish you would. I mean, I would
The
like
actor
to.
who
Flesh.
plays I mean, if you're looking for someone that could walk in and kind of evoke Alan Rickman in terms of their physical presence, the actor who plays Sandman could probably pull it off. I mean, he's got a very
Whoa.
right. I mean, he's kind of got like the thin.
He's
know,
got
intense
some
kinda
gravitas, but
stuff, you
I'd
know.
much rather see someone if it's Dogma and
Ian
what?
McShane.
Mark Hamill. Yes,
Mark Hamill would be dope.
Mark Hamill could do it.
Oh my God.
Mark Hamill is good. I still stand by Craig Robinson because I want to see. I'd love to meet him. That's why I want to. Yeah.
I love the idea of his entrance. It's the same thing. It's the fire. For whatever reason, his voice is blended with mine because I'm gonna voice God too, and friggin' behold the Metatron, and then comes through the fire. What's up, motherfuckers? Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Actually, yeah, Craig Robinson for Metatron for
Okay.
Dogma 2.
It's Craig.
That's what I want to see.
Mr. Robinson, why don't you call the stash? We'll
Yeah, I'm sure
start to-
he's
yes.
got better things to do than watch us stare into the void, each in our own separate ways.
That is funny. All right.
Kevin Hart is Metatron. No, Edward.
No.
No, he is not. Never, ever. And seriously, shut down your feed. Stop watching right now.
No, stop.
Really?
No,
Oh my
that's
God.
not that bad.
Did he steal your last piece
Kevin
of pizza?
Hart? Oh
Is
my
that Why,
God.
is that why you're hating on Kevin
No,
Hart?
he unscrewed. Kevin Hart is. I just
Did he unscrew
don't
the
like.
top of your oregano and
I don't
leave
know.
it back on the table? No.
I'm just. There's just. I don't know. I don't.
Ah, I
Somebody
see.
change my mind. Give me a reason to love Kevin Hart. Give me a reason to love anybody I hate. Go
All right,
ahead.
Kevin Hart is Metatron's hype man. There you go.
No, I don't want to use. I can't do.
What
that.
about Jeremy Irons, who played Rickman's brother in Die Hard 3?
No. I can't. No, I can't see it. No, only because I can only see him as Ozymandias
Vin Diesel?
in
Your lady says Vin
Watchmen.
Diesel? Yeah.
Vin
Okay.
Diesel? Yeah, no,
Beth,
not
the
gonna
answer
happen.
To your question, are
No.
we going to be at Babylon Saturday?
Yes.
We will be there.
Jimmy Fallon is Optimus. There is no one. Oh my God, Edward, you're just hitting all my buttons, aren't you, buddy?
Is
So-
Babylon sold out yet?
I don't believe so,
Well, if
but
it's not
get those
sold out,
tickets.
I
They're
was
going
going to
to
say,
go.
if it's
All right,
not
here we
sold
go.
out already, please, Michael and
My
I.
boy Emmett.
He's actually going to be there
gonna be
working
there.
all the magical
So
buttons.
here's the thing, though. At the new Smodcastle Theater, I more than ever am I the voice of God because they put me up in the booth now.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not next to the stage, so I am literally up in the booth.
You're booming.
I'm booming. I am so excited.
See, I
will
can't wait to.
lit-
I can't wait to see that. But really, I've never seen Ralph live, and I've heard.
Oh,
heard
he's amazing.
Him and Kevin together. He and Kevin together.
Yeah.
Are, I'm just really excited. I think it's amazing that they're going to be here.
All right.
So yes.
Edward, that one's not bad.
What?
He asked, how about John Rhys Davies as Megatron? Megatron.
Christian will be there.
Megatron.
Wait, Megatron.
I think Edward is
Robert
going.
Englund?
He's
England? Oh, that brings a little.
That'd
bit of
be. That's an interesting pick. Robert Englund as Metatron.
but as Megatron, you know what? I could give a shit about Transformers. So yes, Edward, whoever you want, buddy. Kevin Hart, sure. I'm never gonna see it anyway. Go to town. Have him on there. Have him be everybody's voice. Why the fuck not? He can just sit there and talk to himself.
Comic book question from Emmett. Will Swamp Thing ever get the respect he deserves for a TV show or movie?
What am I, a fucking psychic friend? I have no clue. No, I would love for a Swamp Thing to get as much respect he should.
Wasn't this new show pretty good? They just didn't give it a chance.
They didn't give it a chance. And Ian Ziering was supposed to be one of the characters in there. He was gonna play somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they skirted the edge of, I don't know. They didn't give it enough of a shot. So yeah, and
That was from James Wan too.
yeah, from Swamp Thing, you get Constantine, and from Constantine, Keanu Reeves gets to give people shit on the subways, like money. So I love, I that Constantine gets no respect, and rightly so, because Keanu Reeves is neither English nor a magician. Although I think maybe
Who was the dude who played it in the TV series?
that's Matt Ryan.
He
And
did a
Matt Ryan
phenomenal
is
job.
amazing.
He did a
Got to meet
phenomenal
Matt
job.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Great guy. Loved him. And we were on I Sell Comics. We were like pushing for everybody to be like, Matt Ryan, bring back Matt Ryan, bring back Constantine. And they did. Yeah.
He continued to play
Yes.
Constantine a lot.
Yes,
after
in
that show.
Legends of
Legends of
Tomorrow, and he also does the voices of him in the animated series. So I
think
like to
he-
think we played a very small part.
He also voiced him, I think, in Young Justice.
Yes, he did. Young
Yes.
Justice, and also in there was actually a Constantine short.
Yes, you're right.
Yes,
Okay.
I think it was House of Mystery,
Yes. Okay.
and he was also in Justice League Dark, Justice League War. He was in a bunch of them, so I'm just very, very happy about that.
All the comments now are just people being like, "Let's make a Kevin Hart cameo happen."
Yeah, seriously.
Keanu as Metatron.
Yes, that would be very cool. Actually, Keanu could. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, he has the.
He's got some chops. He's got some gravitas.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like him in ever. Well, I used to be like Keanu Reeves. What a one-note actor. Mainly because I saw him in Much Ado About Nothing, and there was much ado about nothing. That was, but you're watching it and you're like, again, not British, and he was trying to be a magician in that one, trying to make his accent appear, and it didn't. It was awful.
So there's another question, but I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't think I can answer this one. Will the stash start carrying more CGC graded keys, or is that not something you guys get into?
I'm sorry. I will. It's when you start getting into the CGC.
What is that?
It's CGC is. You've
Slab.
heard of slab books?
Oh, it's like the
Yeah,
graded.
the graded.
Yeah, the graded
okay.
slab
Yeah.
books. When you get into those, there is almost no margin for back and forth between you and me. There's no haggling. The prices are the prices, and you get no relief from that. Whereas I have raw books. I have 20 years of grading experience. So you're getting, if I call it a 6.5, it's usually like a 7. So I grade conservatively. So you can go and get it graded yourself. I have sold many a book that have gone on and gotten graded and been higher than they thought. But I'm not. It doesn't interest me to have
I
the
was going to
grades.
say, and for you personally, like I've seen you when people bring
Yeah.
in the slabbed books. It's
I
like
don't
they hand you a
care.
piece, hand you a book that's behind a
Yeah.
hard piece of plastic that you can't
Like,
hold in
look.
your hand, and there's just something.
Yeah.
There's something. It's anathema, to Michael.
It
is.
takes
It's
away the
anathema.
fun because comic books are books,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to be read.
But we do get some in.
We get every
occasionally.
once in
Yeah,
a
we
while,
do.
but I don't seek them out. And there's a reason for that. I love raw books. I love the smell of comics. I love the feel of them. It's almost like digital. This is, you can, hey, I've got a graded comic book. You can see the front cover and the back cover, and fuck you for everything else. It's like, yeah. That's great for a coin. It's great for a stamp. It's great for a baseball card because those are two-dimensional. Comic book is multi-dimensional. You should be able to smell it. You should almost be able to taste it. So,
But then at that same point, I think that there are some books that at this point in time do need to just stay put in there, in that system and just be kind of worshipped. Yeah, there's reprints of them, like
Of
fucking
course.
Superman #1. You're never gonna
No.
actually look through that book ever again unless it's a reprint. But at the same time, I think that you're right. Like I love the experience of coming here and being able to just look in a book and
Right.
not just have to worry about like, oh crap, is it like, am I gonna fucking break it?
yeah, exactly. Should I burn off my fingertips so I can
Not
get
leave
the
fingerprints.
oils off
You
there?
need,
Yeah.
you need the white gloves.
Yeah,
like the
no,
really thin
and
white
you
gloves
can't
to
do
look
that. It's hard to
I know,
read
you
with
can't.
you're like,
I know.
oh, look at me, I'm Mickey Mouse, and you're reading a fucking comic book. So it's boom. There's nothing cool about. I mean, CGC is great for keeping pieces of history
Yes.
alive.
Yep.
But for me, the fun is in the collecting. So.
Fair enough.
And I just told you my
but-
thoughts on digital comics. They're great to read,
Yeah.
especially on airplanes and if you've got a tablet or something. If you try to read a comic on this, you got old ass eyes like me. You're like, oh fuck, I've got a migraine
There
already.
used to be these things called Kindles.
Yeah.
That they were
Yes.
great for reading them comic books.
Actually, I had a Kindle and I did read comic books on them.
Yeah.
Except
I
Kindles
just
were
added
black
the
and
old.
white.
I just added the old voice because it was fun. Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
right.
What about? Do you want to give a shout out to our friends at Pressing Matters?
Oh,
Since we're on
yeah.
the topic of comics and preservation.
Oh,
and things
yeah.
Like that.
If
if any of you guys do have some cherished and potentially valuable comics out there,
Hey, if you want to make the most out of your comics.
then that too.
What do we got? Yes, exactly, Emmett. Perfectly said. Like having a Lamborghini in your garage with no keys. Or, no, I'm going to go with the Lamborghini with no
Yes,
keys.
yes,
I
yes.
had
You don't
other
have to-
things.
yes,
Yeah,
you
we
don't have to
don't have
correct
to go
it,
there.
or yeah.
Pressing Matters up in Buffalo, New York. Our friends, the Tucci's, Darren and Amy, they are phenomenal people. Darren is a professional and a perfectionist, and he will take years off your comics because he presses and cleans your books. So if you've got an old book that you're like, well, you know what? I love this book and I would love to get this graded, but it could be better. Send it to Darren. Go look him up. Pressing Matters LLC. You can Google them.
And unlike stripping the original paint and refinishing like a piece of 17th century furniture, which basically turns it into a piece of kindling that Michael could stub his toe on
Which
and
I
break
will.
his toe.
The fucking thing will
The
probably
work
laugh
that-
at me.
The work that Pressing Matters does not damage
No.
the value at all. In
No,
fact,
it-
it just increases it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they offer the same services that CGC does. CGC will do the same thing for you, but without the care and expertise that
Thank you,
Darren
Ashley.
gives. So
Yes, it's nice to see. And it's nice to have another professional
love
weigh
it.
in on that.
I love having them. They've cleaned a couple of comics for me and raised the value.
Yeah.
So
Is this a good time, Christian? Because I know when we were starting out, getting set up, you wanted to announce that we were consolidating.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? This
and
is
I-
a perfect time now.
yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. So, for those who watch the show on a variety of platforms, it's because we allow it to do that. We stream it from my page, from Mike's page, Shared Universe, The Secret Stash, my YouTube channel, another YouTube channel, and even my fucking Twitter. But now we're just going to consolidate everything, make it just a little bit easier to find, because we noticed that sometimes some of the comments wouldn't come through my main feed, and I would feel bad because it's like I want to interact with everybody, but it, for whatever reason, StreamYard just doesn't give you all the comments. So moving forward, starting next week, same usual time, all the usual things we do. We're only going to stream from Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash Facebook page, as well as my Arcade Productions page.
Cool.
So then it'll just be easy peasy to find.
do we have any outstanding questions? Because I want to do two things before we take
Yeah,
off.
there was Bill had asked me something about my dad. Bill had asked, seriously, how cool is your dad? I would like to think my dad was pretty damn cool. Dad is the reason why I'm into Kevin Smith movies in the first place.
Well,
So,
let's put it this way. Based on the way you turned out, your dad was pretty fucking cool. I mean, if that's any
Mike.
metric. So, yeah.
I do wish that he got to meet you guys. Like
Oh.
that's one of those things where it's like because of course you want dad to meet all the good people you get to meet, but my dad unfortunately is not around. But I know he would have made quick friends with you guys.
That's awesome. We met your mom. Your mom's awesome. So I'm like, yeah, she couldn't have done all the heavy lifting. So that's actually pretty cool.
If anything, mom is definitely a big part of who I am as well. Like dad may have gotten me into movies and TV shows, but mom shaped who I am, and I can't praise her enough for that. That's my
pretty-
mama.
That's badass. That's
So-
awesome.
We're fans of your mom for that too.
Yeah.
Thank you,
We
guys.
totally are. I want to show off a new piece of merch that we have before we go, but I know you wanted to do
Yeah,
something
you
else.
want to grab that and I'll do this.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can actually, yeah, that's awesome, honey. So anyway, top 5. So I'm not going to give a thing. I'm just going to mention the ones that might pull this week. This is Joker, the man who stopped laughing #1. Pick it up. It's pretty terrific. Miracle Man 0. Miracle Man going to be huge. Trust me. Night of the Ghoul. Francesco Francavilla, who I've loved since his run on Sabrina the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Scott Snyder, my man Scott, he's awesome. Junkyard Joe,
Ooh,
yeah, Gary Frank and Jeff Johns, and with Brad Anderson. This is actually pretty cool. It's springing from Geiger, and Hulk, our man Donnie Cates, Hulk #9. This kicks off Hulk Planet, not Planet Hulk. And Ryan Otley, everyone who I know a lot of people love Ryan Otley's artwork, and rightly so because
Yeah.
it's pretty badass.
We got some Miracle Man questions, but before I let you go, I'm gonna actually hop off in a second. But I did want to show. This is the reason why we made these is because
Crew Askew.
Crew Askew is because we have staff shirts that we wear, and one of the reasons why we wear them. For the most part, I'm not wearing one today, but is so that when you come into the store and you have a question or you need some help, you know exactly who to go to for that. So, but we don't sell them. But we had a lot of people asking if they could have them or we would sell them. So
Yeah, we do
instead,
long
we
sleeves,
came
yeah.
up with Crew Askew. So it's black, it is long sleeved, it has Secret Stash, and it has Crew Askew on the back, and it's available in the store and online. And I also wanted to do one more thing before I hop, and then
Go for it.
I'm getting out of here. I just wanted to say how fucking exciting it was to see the marquee go up at Smod Castle Cinemas. So
Yeah.
congratulations to everybody. I cannot wait to walk underneath of it into the theater this Saturday for the show. So just,
Let's congratulate everybody.
Absolutely.
Ashley, congratulations,
Absolutely.
baby
Ashley's
doll.
on
That's
here.
fantastic.
That's right.
We've
It
got
looks amazing, and I know that there's like
Ernie
nonstop
O'Donnell,
work
Kevin,
going
of
on
course.
over there. Yeah. So
and Paul.
yeah.
I'm so
do we know
happy that
Paul's last
Ashley.
name?
I'm so excited that
strong,
Ashley's
man.
my boss now. because she's such good people.
What do you have, like 80 bosses now? Holy crap.
I have a lot of people
You do.
who employ me.
Who lord over you.
Before you dip, we have
Yes.
an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
A brand new
Yes?
piece of Chris McDonald artwork.
No, we do not.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
He made this just for you.
Thanks a lot, Chris. That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. All right, so I'm gonna actually blow that up and put it right onto the piece of offending furniture. Thank you, Chris.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, I'm out of here.
Adios.
All right.
We're
Jules.
all out of here because we got a shop to open. And folks,
that-
thank you so much for joining us for 50 minutes today.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It was a great show.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, love.
All right. Bye, guys.
Hey kids, we're live at the secret stash with Mike, Julia, and Christian. It's a hella bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs cause our locks are always broken. You need that view askew? You know we got you, dude. Showing gratitude and always smiling, never rude. Top 5 movie reviews and what's new. We bring in all the big guns when we coming through. Welcome to the stage. Come on, enjoy the test. Hurry up, the common list. You know we're loving the sacred stage. Welcome to the stage.
Before I forget, there's one thing that I do want to promote before we go. I do apologize, and then I'll re-cue the theme song. Our good buddy Shane Bauer, who created our theme song along with his team, he's currently in a competition for the Face of Horror. I'm putting the link in the comments below. Go vote for our boy. Tell him Live from the Secret Stash sent you. All right, now I'm gone.
Hey kids, we're live at the secret stash with Mike, Julia, and Christian. It's a hella bash. Tune in and check out the podcast. We got the nerd button on repeat and we're gonna smash. Come on in, I assure you that we're open. Shoe polish on our signs cause our locks are always broken.